In a quiet town, surrounded by old trees and narrow stone paths, there lived a young man named Aaron. He was intelligent, hard-working, and kind. Yet there was one problem he could not escape: his mind was never silent. From the moment he opened his eyes in the morning until he fell asleep at night, his thoughts kept racing. Worries about the future, regrets from the past, fears that had no clear shape, everything moved endlessly inside his head. Even when he sat in a quiet room, his mind felt louder than a crowded marketplace. Aaron tried everything. He read books about success. He listened to motivational talks. He kept himself busy all day, so he would not have to think. But the moment he stopped, the noise returned. At night, he lay awake, staring at the ceiling, replaying old mistakes and imagining problems that had not yet happened. His body was tired, but his mind refused to rest. Slowly, this constant noise began to affect his life. He lost focus at work, felt distant from people he loved, and forgot how it felt to truly enjoy a moment. One evening, while walking through the town market, Aaron overheard two elderly men talking. "There is a monk who lives beyond the hills," one of them said. "They say he teaches people how to quiet their minds," replied the other. Aaron stopped walking. Something inside him stirred hope, mixed with curiosity. That night, for the first time in weeks, he felt a small sense of direction. He decided he would find this monk. Early the next morning, Aaron packed a small bag and left town. The path beyond the hills was long and silent. As he walked, his thoughts followed him, just as loud as always. What if this is a waste of time? What if nothing changes? What if peace is not meant for me? Hours passed. The sun climbed higher, and the road grew steeper. By the time Aaron reached a small wooden temple hidden among tall trees, his legs were tired, but his heart was determined. Inside the temple courtyard sat an old monk. His posture was relaxed, his eyes calm, and his face carried a gentle smile as if nothing in the world could disturb him. Aaron bowed respectfully and said, "Master, my mind never stops. I am tired of thinking. I want silence. Please teach me how to find peace." The monk looked at him quietly for a long moment, then stood up and walked inside the temple. He returned holding a small bell cymbal, old and slightly worn. Without saying a word, the monk handed the bell to Aaron. "Ring it once," he said softly, "and listen." Aaron gently shook the bell. Ding! The sound was clear and sharp. It echoed through the courtyard, filling the air. Aaron listened closely as the sound slowly faded. At first, his thoughts continued to run. Then, as the sound became softer, something strange happened. His thoughts slowed. The bell's sound became thinner, lighter, until finally it disappeared completely. In that moment, just for a breath, was silence. True silence. Aaron felt it instantly. It was brief, but powerful. His shoulders relaxed. His breathing deepened. For the first time in a long while, his mind was not chasing anything. The monk smiled and asked, "Where did the sound go?" Aaron thought for a moment. It faded, and then it was gone. The monk nodded. "And where did your thoughts go when you were listening?" Aaron froze. I don't know," he said quietly. They slowed down. For a moment, they weren't there. The monk sat down on a stone bench and motioned for Aaron to sit beside him. "Your mind is like that bell," the monk sighed. "When it is struck by fear, regret, or desire, it rings loudly. You try to fight the sound, but that only creates more noise. You try to fight the sound, but that only creates more noise." Aaron listened carefully. "Peace does not come from stopping the sound," the monk continued. "It comes from listening without resistance." Aaron frowned slightly. "But my thoughts are constant. How can I listen to them all?" The monk picked up the bell again. "Do not listen to every sound," he said. "Listen to the space between sounds." He rang the bell once more. "Listen. Not to the beginning, not to the end, but to the fading." Aaron closed his eyes. As the sound softened, he noticed his breath. As the sound disappeared, he noticed stillness. The monk spoke again, his voice calm and steady. When you give your full attention to the present moment, the mind has no energy left to wander. Silence is not something you create. It is something you allow. Aaron stayed at the temple for the rest of the day. He practiced with the bell again and again. Each time, he learned to focus not on controlling his thoughts, but on gently observing them, just like listening to a sound fade away. By evening, something inside him had shifted. The thoughts were still there, but they no longer felt heavy. They came and went, like clouds passing through the sky. Before leaving, Aaron bowed deeply. "Master," he said, "will my mind ever be completely silent?" The monk smiled warmly. "The mind will always make noise," he replied, "but you are not the noise. You are the listener." When Aaron returned to town, nothing on the outside had changed, but everything inside had. The streets were the same. The people were the same. Life was the same. Yet Aaron felt lighter. Whenever his thoughts became loud, he remembered the bell. He focused on his breath, on the moment, on listening instead of fighting. Slowly, the noise lost its power. At night, he slept better. At work, he felt more present. In simple moments, walking, eating, breathing, he found peace. He realized something important. Silence was never missing. He was just too busy searching for it. The bell never taught Aaron how to stop thinking. It taught him how to stop chasing his thoughts. And in that stillness, he discovered what he had been searching for all along. True peace is not found in silence. It is found in awareness.